Hi guys, it's Ralph here and welcome to another video. And today we are going to Wales, to St Dogmell's Abbey, where I'm going to be in a Shakespeare play, Henry VIII. We do this play every year and it's really fun. Not Henry VIII, just a random Shakespeare play. So yeah, we're currently at Harrogate station, awaiting the train to Leeds, which we will go on to get to Manchester Piccadilly. Then we'll go Manchester Piccadilly to Carmarthen, and then I think we're being picked up by my grandparents on the other end, so that should be fun. Here it comes. We're now going over the Crimple Valley Viaduct, always a bonus. Going over Arthington Viaduct, again, always a bonus. Through Bramhope Tunnel. We are now in Heroford station, meaning we are now in Leeds, meaning we are nearly at the Leeds main station where we change to Manchester. Now, originally guys, we weren't even supposed to take a train from Harrogate to Leeds. We were supposed to instead get the car. My dad would drive us down, but the car is going back to the garage because it's leaking oil. But you know, more trains, I can't really complain. We've arrived at platform 5B in Leeds station. Up the escalator. A beautiful view of the station. Our train is here! We're now leaving Leeds station on a Trans-Pennine Express train. This train is going to Manchester Piccadilly. Not sure where it started. My guess is either Newcastle or Hull, but I think the Newcastle train goes to the airport in Manchester, so probably Hull. This train set off at 8:07 and will arrive in Manchester at 9:12. Pain au chocolat. We are arriving in Huddersfield station. Some amazing sceneries of the North Pennines. Staybridge is another important station that we're stopping at. So, it looks like we are now in Manchester Piccadilly. Or going there at least. We have now arrived here at Manchester Piccadilly station. And the train has arrived. We are now on the train awaiting departure. This is Stockpot, quite an important place near Manchester. So we are currently on a Transport for Wales train heading to Carmarthen in Wales. Now, if you're not from the United Kingdom, you might be a bit confused. What is the difference between England, Wales, Great Britain, United Kingdom? And I'm going to explain this in the clearest way possible. So for this I'm going to give you a little bit of history. After the Roman Empire collapsed, lots of people came to Great Britain, which is the island which modern day England, Scotland and Wales is on. Yeah, lots of people from Scandinavia and the Netherlands and that kind of area came over to Great Britain and started colonising it, and they mixed with the tribes people and some small states were formed. One of these being Wales. Now a few of the large, Wales stayed mostly independent for the time, but quite a lot of the states started having wars with each other, and eventually it became between Wessex and Danelaw. Danelaw being the north, Wessex being the south of what the modern day England is, and they had a war, and Wessex won and England was formed. So originally England and Wales were completely separate countries. Around this time, maybe a bit afterwards, Scotland also formed. There wasn't as many wars, it was there wasn't many states there before in the first place, really. But yes, so these So you have these three countries like we have today. Wales and England had quite a few wars later on, and eventually England invaded Wales, and Wales for a very long time were just considered part of England. And then eventually, when Queen Elizabeth died, her cousin, Prince James, was also King of Scotland, and the royal families married into each other, making England and Scotland one country, Great Britain. And so, yeah, eventually Wales got recognised as its own country, but it's still kind of part of the larger country of Great Britain on the island of Great Britain. So I hope that makes a bit more sense, made it a bit clearer. The United Kingdom, what that is it's added Northern Ireland as well to England, Scotland, Wales. So England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland are all their own countries, but they all have a union and they all share a parliament. So it is kind of one, it's basically a country of countries. I guess that's probably the best analogy. So yeah, and soon we will be in Wales, and yeah. So if you're wondering, this station is Wimslow, and it is quite near Alderley Edge, and though we won't stop there, we will actually go through Alderley Edge, and I'll talk about it more when we do that. This is Alderley Edge, what we just went through. Now Alderley Edge is quite a famous place for the Edge, which is a big hill which juts straight out of the landscape. I would really recommend going to Alderley Edge. Me and my dad went there last summer, and it's really cool. And the reason why it's so famous probably is because of two books: The Weird Stone of Brisingamen and The Ring of Gomra. And these two are really, really good books. I really highly recommend them. Me and my dad on the way down in the car listened to the whole book on audio tape of Weird Stone of Brisingamen, the first one, and it is really good. I definitely recommend it. The classic 125, just gone out of view right now. And this is because we were in Crewe Station. It is an incredibly important station, not just because of the town it's in, but it also has a lot of train yards and I think a museum as well. And it also has a very good W.H. Smith, which sells track diagrams. If you don't like that, then you're inhumane. This is Shrewsbury, and I'm not exactly sure, but I think this is the last station in England that we're going to visit. It's on to Wales next, which is a very nice place. This is Church Stretton, the last station in England, it turns out. Okay guys, I lied. It's been a load of stations and we're still in England, but I think this one's the last. I'm very sorry I forgot that wrong. Is that line narrow gauge? I can't tell. So this is Newport, which is definitely a station in Wales. This is Cardiff Central Station. If you didn't know, Cardiff is the capital of Wales, so it's a very cool station. It's quite small actually. It kind of reminds me of the old Harrogate station before Beecham came along and cut away most of the platforms. But yeah, I think it's quite a nice layout. The underneath, it doesn't look like there's much on the platform, but it actually goes underground a bit, and that is really nice. So yeah, and look at that, another Intercity 125. I thought these guys were supposed to be old, but they seem to be everywhere. Even honestly, they look a bit beat up. Yeah. That looks really cool. No joke, this station is actually called Pyle.
We are now at Pyle. The next stop stop is Port Talbot Parkway.
This is Wales for you, and really the whole of the UK. Misty hills, slightly damp in the air, and I think that's really nice, though some people definitely don't. This is Swansea, the last major station I think, until we get to Carmarthen, so we're a fair distance away, but we're still in a reasonable distance. Isn't that beautiful? Whoa, you can't say this is cool. Yeah, that's something new there. This is like... We aren't allowed to do wandering. We're just looking out over the sea. I don't know if you can see that. That sign there says Kid Welly. I don't see any kids, but I don't see any kids wearing wellies. This is Ferry side. It doesn't really, it's not very significant, apart from the fact it looks really nice. So this train is set off from Manchester Piccadilly at 9:31. It was supposed to get to Carmarthen at 14:52, but if I just check my watch, it's 56, so we're a little bit late, but I don't really mind. This is amazing scenery, and if it slows the train down, then so be it. We don't have anywhere to be very quickly. Our grandparents arrive quite a bit after, so yeah, it's fine. It looks like we're finally in Carmarthen station, and it's a little bit wet. So guys, I am now here in St Dogmans, where we will be performing the play at the Abbey nearby. We had a quick look around Carmarthen, and apparently in B&M stores they sell cereal with marshmallows in. Being a vegetarian and the sane person, I think that's a terrible idea, but you know, you like what you like. Anyway, so as you can see, we have the most beautiful view here. Absolutely stunning. I know it's still a bit rainy, but it does look amazing. And look, you can see Cardigan, the bigger town, which this is postcoded to over there. So yeah, this is an amazing place, and I'm really looking forward to it. So guys, I've got a really quick announcement. This summer I am going on an awesome train journey, which includes an LNER Zuma, the most scenic line in the whole of the UK, and the longest train in the whole of the UK, all in one mini-series, which will be premiering around August to September time. So please stay tuned for that. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. As always, please like and subscribe. But for now, this has been Ralph, and I'll see you in the next one.